We are live.
All right. Welcome back to Sunset Racing League. We've got some Formula D action, the penultimate race of the championship here at the Hungaroring. Really exciting week. You excited, Sco?
Yeah, definitely exciting because
Yeah.
especially it's the second to last race, which means championship is coming to an end. So it's definitely gonna be some nice battles for those last points.
Yeah, we might see a lot of shifting around here, but before we get into all of those storylines, everything that's going on in the championship, we're gonna go through the track a little bit, just in case you guys aren't super aware of what where we are and about this track. So we are just outside the capital, a little bit of northeast of Budapest in Hungary. We're at a 4.4 kilometer, 2.7 mile circuit. There's 14 turns, 8 to the right and 6 to the left. Known mostly for having a lot of downforce, which is going to be troublesome today because these Formula Fiats do not have a lot of downforce. So it's going to be a tough race, that is for sure. The race, first race here was back in 1986. They built the track in just under 8 months. It was originally supposed to be a street track or street course, and they decided to make it a permanent circuit instead. But it is known as a street circuit without the streets. So there's been 3 layouts since its construction. The latest was changed in 2003. Michael Schumacher holding the lap record on that track still to this day. New layout, though. We've got a race lap record and quality lap record, both held by Lewis Hamilton. The race lap record at 1:16.6 and the quality lap record at 1:13.45. These were in the 2020 W11. That thing was a rocket ship. We're not going to see speeds anywhere near like that, and we'll never see times like that tonight, but we're going to see a lot of action. We've got a lot of people racing tonight. It's going to be a great one. They're finishing up the last 20 minutes of practice now. We're going to do a 12-minute qualifying. Qualifying is going to be fastest lap, everybody on track all at once. They're going to have to find some space. It's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of dirty air. It'll be a very difficult qualifying. But if you don't get it right for the first race, after 6 laps, we're going to reverse the grid, and it'll be an identical to the first race, except the people that finished race 1 in last will start in first, and the people who won the race or came in the first slots of the race 1 will start in the back, which will be great. They have all of the tire compounds available. Pitting is allowed. It's not required. They should be fueled for all 6 laps both times, and they can run whatever tire they want. There has been some issues in the past with the softest tire not lasting a full 6 laps. So we'll see if that works out today. Another fun little fact about this track here is that there are no corner names. I searched the entire internet, everywhere, up and down through every website. I even went to some Hungarian websites, and I couldn't find any corner names at all for this track. So we're just going to have to live with that. I'm really excited for this race. How about you, Sco?
Yeah, definitely. I was about to say we did have some fun trying to come up with some corner race ourselves. uh, Probably the corner most of the drivers struggle with, especially if they ever played like F1 games, is definitely turn 5 with the inside curb because it's deadly. You touch it, you're dead. Also, first corner, it's okay, nothing special. Then
No fun,
second
that's for
corner,
sure.
just corner with the weirdest apex. Like no one's gonna hit that apex probably.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
Charles will, but nobody else.
yeah. Turn 3 and 4, just flat out.
Yep.
Then after turn 5, like a little chicane that's there just to annoy everyone.
Yeah. No fun chicane.
Some like, I guess, flowy S's.
Yeah,
And then
through
to
8,
like,
9, and 10.
yeah, 2 180-degree corners to finish the lap. So,
Yeah. Just no fun at all. Lots of high speed corners, slow speed corners, not a lot of straights, not a lot of passing opportunities. We'll see if they can make it happen tonight, though.
yeah.
Max, why don't we grab Reese for the last 5 minutes here and talk to him real quick about, or excuse me, Sco. Let's grab Reese and talk to him about qualifying again.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna stop messing up your guys' names. I
Oh,
promise.
so okay, let's get Reese in here.
Yes, propane, absolutely, gonna be super interesting.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi,
Hey, Reese,
Reese.
how are you today?
Hello.
So,
Uh,
Reese, are you excited
Yeah,
for the race?
a little bit nervous. You know, Froley and Ollie are much quicker than me here. Not a great track for me.
very
Okay.
technical, tough track. So I think it's tough for everybody for sure.
Yeah.
Reese, what do you think a good qualifying position would be here coming out of last?
Oh, well, I never really shoot for quali. I always shoot for the race. You know, that's where all the points are, and that's where I excel. I've never been much of a qualifier.
Yeah, it is definitely tough. Pressure's on. You really got only enough time to do 2, maybe 3 laps, and that's with your out lap. So it's definitely high pressure. We definitely want to see you up there. You're in a tight fight for the championship. You're not too far behind our friend Froley. Only 10 points between the two of you. You think you can close that today? You think you're gonna catch him? I mean, he's like you said, he is pretty good around here.
Yeah, unlikely, I'd say, unless there's like a massive pile up into turn one, and I miraculously get through, which I have been lucky, but I don't know if that luck will continue.
Yeah, for sure. Where on the lap do you think you're struggling the most? Where do you think you're the weakest?
Everywhere, but mostly sector 2.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
a tricky part.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Well, 3 minutes coming down to the last part of practice here. We really thank you for stopping in to have a chat with us. Good luck
Of
in
course.
qualifying.
Thank
And,
you.
we hope to see you out there getting some hefty points and closing that gap up to P2.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, brother.
Good
Bye-bye.
luck.
Thank you.
Let's go. Lots of storylines here in this
Yeah,
race.
about
Why
to
don't you
say.
take us through a couple of them?
Yeah, you already mentioned Reese's close fight with Froley for third. Yeah, and Elegance has a 100 point gap to Charles in front, which I think is possible if Charles DNFs in every single race and Elegance gets a victory at every single one with the fastest lap, then he can still
Yeah.
be champion. But
Right.
I don't think that's happening.
No, unlikely. That's for sure.
There's not a big gap between P5 and P7.
No.
35 points between Ollie, Nick, and Max. So that's definitely going to be one of the interesting fights to look out for tonight.
Yeah, and I heard Nick is not racing tonight, or he's racing one race or something like that. That's going to really cut into his chances for the championship if that's the case. I see he's in there now, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see. He's currently in practice session. He's guy in first place, 3/10 behind him, Froley. Then
he's fast too.
Yeah, 6/10 behind Froley, Max. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I do see Charles as about 8/10 faster than Nick, but he is not currently on track. It's showing me on my sector time, my live timing here, that he is not out there. Oh, he's back. Now he's out there. Okay. All right. So he's out there trying to set faster laps. Why don't we get this rolled over here? We've got a minute and a half until qualifying starts, which is very exciting. So why don't we get this rolled over so we can see some cars going around on track? Maybe ride on board with a couple of them.
Yeah. Let me just.
Shorzy's made it in. I see he's put some times down. Only 3 laps, so I'm not sure if he's going to be racing or not. Barnarski joining us. He's our NASCAR aficionado. He's insane on the NASCAR track. Exciting to see him here. Bartolero, who had an unfortunate time at Bolton Park where he met Libaria and had an abrupt ending to his race there. We've got all sorts of people in here. New people, new drivers, all over the place. It's really exciting to see this race series really thriving.
also, if we just take a quick look at team championship, UVR or UVM, there's usually been two names for this team. It started with UVR, which means ultraviolet racing. Then people, because it's like a sister team to team me and Poe are, I guess, running, which is Darkman Motorsport. Some people have been mistaking UVR with UVM as ultraviolet motorsport, but I don't think that's a big problem. It's still the same. We will know what team that is. But yeah, they are. If everything goes right, I think they're going to be team champions.
Yeah, it looks like they've got a huge gap going to P2 there. Something like 203 points or something going to Mecco Sim Racing. So going to be tough to come back. Obviously, they're not going to be able to pull that off. But congratulations, definitely, to UVM on their team championship. So, we are into overtime here. They're just wrapping up the last laps of practice. Going to be heading into the qualifying session. We have some pre-qualifying games we like to play.
As we see, Nick is involved.
just for fun. So we're gonna talk about our not Charles pole position pick. I think right now I am 0 for 2. I had a Froley pick and I had an Ollie pick, and that did not go well. So I'm gonna pick first. I'm gonna grab Nick Chin because he looks quick out there.
He definitely is quick, but you know what? Just to spice things up, I'm gonna go with Froley this time. We're gonna kind of switch. We're gonna swap over. You're gonna go for someone else. I'm gonna go for Froley, and hopefully Froley doesn't let me down.
Yeah, definitely. I'm praying to get some points here. I don't want to get too far behind in this mini championship that we've got going on here. Yeah. 2-1 for Sco. We're gonna get just a couple of minutes here. We're gonna be rolling right into practice, qualifying. Very exciting. 2-0. Sco. I'm just making notes here so that I can remember this for when I got to rewrite this next week.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So quali is going to start pretty soon.
Yep.
In around minute 10 seconds to be exact.
So just to touch on tire compounds briefly, we do have the majority of the field set their best laps in practice on the soft compound, but you do see Elegance, who is one of the leaders in this championship.
What tire is he on, if not on softs? Softs to me. I believe we might have some technical difficulties. I do not hear my content. Oh, never mind. I do hear
my entire Discord closed and disconnected, so that was a little strange.
You're good.
All right.
What you were saying about Elegance? On different
Elegance set his fastest lap on the medium, so it's actually extremely difficult to determine which tire is the better compound for even quali, let alone the race, because the soft does fall off sometimes very quickly, and that same thing can happen during the race with the medium to the hard. So you'll see drivers on all 3 different compounds thinking that they can make it to the end of the race. I know early in the season, I decided to try and, I think it was 6 laps, maybe at Monza or something, and tried to get through 6 laps on the soft, or Imola, excuse me, it was Imola. 6 laps on the soft, an absolute nightmare. By lap 3, I couldn't steer. I had no pace. I was seconds off the person in front of me, just losing time. I had to pit in a 6-lap race.
But yeah, sometimes bold strategy works out, sometimes it just doesn't. Some races you will just know what the strategy is. Some races you might be questioning the I'm not like fighting for the top step. Might just want to risk it a little bit. Go for the alternative strategy and see if it works.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see a few different tire. We're already seeing a few different tire compounds out here. We've got Charles and Nick out on the soft. Charles putting down a pretty decent lap already. Nick following right up with a couple of personal bests. Ollie on the medium, and then down at the back of the pack we've got River Gray on the medium. Elgin is on the medium. We've got shout out to Propane here. We've got Propane in the Ford Mustang safety car tonight. We thank him for keeping our driver safe.
Yep. We could drag him into here during when he's not out on track and just ask him a little bit of questions a bit later.
Yeah, we'll get his we can get his thoughts on the qualifying.
Let's see.
Is your screen frozen? No, it's still running. It's frozen on my screen.
I hope we are still okay on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm seeing Twitch is still running. Maybe it's on my side. Just disappear and come back. All right, I am back in here.
On board with Reese. We're trying to take down Froley in the 553. Speaking of Froley, I believe he did not set a valid lap yet. Because he was not dropped on So what are your race predictions? Who do you think is going to win race 1 and what do you think is going to happen in race 2?
So I have a feeling, obviously, that Charles is probably going to come out on top, although he does seem to be a little bit more risky in these races where he has a large gap. And we've seen in the past that he gets, can be taken out, if you will, during some of these. So honestly, if it's not Charles, I've got my money on either like Froley or maybe Reese, possibly even Ollie. All those guys extraordinarily consistent in the race. They fight their way back even if they're starting in low positions. So very good drivers. I would think one of those guys would probably be the next in line for the win there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would also add Max to the mix. He was always been fast.
Yes, Max is third.
If an opportunity is there, he's definitely going to take it. As we see him do a little mistake. It's okay, it's still 7.5 minutes left.
Hey, broadcast is back up for me. I can see what's going on again. Looks like
Very nice.
We are on board with someone in the pits currently.
Yep, with Max. Trying to see how to figure out why I can only go on board with Nick, Reese, Max, and myself, which is a bit boring because I'm just in pits and not driving. So yeah, we can go on board with Nick and see what he's up to in terms of lap times.
Okay. Follow Nick around here. You'll see at the top there. Is that Bart? You'll see at the top it should say which driver we're on board when we switch to them. We're going to work on the stream as we keep going to make it better. So hopefully one of these times I'll be able to get gear shifts and RPMs and some telemetry on board or on these camera views, so you know who you're on board with and what they're going through, what they're doing, how to drive these tracks faster. So Froley up to P2 here with a 141.9. Charles is just in a different time zone apparently, and he's at a 140.27, which is just out of this world. I'm going to be very upset with you, Skofik, if Froley does take the not Charles pole again. Because I don't need this. I don't need to go down 3-0 on these picks. Bartolero with a good lap there. 142.7, going to be his best so far, up to P5. Just behind Nick, who was very strong in practice. If you were here for that. Yeah, we've got Elegance putting in some personal bests, though. Looks like he's back in the pits now. Maybe had a bad sector 3 there, yep. Chavez trying to make up some space here. He's in P11 in the championship. If he gets a good finish here today, he could definitely make up a few positions. So hopefully that's he can keep it nice and clean this race and make up some space and make up some. God, I wish I could talk today. Make up some places.
Hopefully it's better now. Yeah, like a little telemetry so you can see the gear, you can see the throttle and brake input.
Oh, very nice.
I'm just looking, is there a app that shows us the steering wheel input?
Oh, I
so
don't
you can
know.
see how smooth they are on the steering wheel. I don't think there is. But,
I know they have that in things like iRacing.
yes. Nice, it's pretty much the part of the system.
Yeah.
So for now we're just gonna have to stick with this and yeah, Froley for now is in P2, which is for our league championship. P1. So
Yeah. Not looking good for me, that's for sure. Bartolero has been extraordinarily strong when he is not having connection issues here. He is a fast driver, that's for sure. And honestly, he could be challenging for a podium if he keeps his consistency up. I know that there are some drivers ahead of him that don't have the most consistent records as far as finishes. It's possible that if he can put it together to this race, he could easily see a P3 or P2.
definitely, I mean everything's possible. Someone that's racing for the first time and end up winning.
Scope. Speaking of winning, due to recent events, for those of you who are not aware, as of last night's NASCAR race, yours truly was in P2 come the finish line, and our race leader was disqualified due to in-race infractions, and I was promoted to P1, making it my first win in SRL. So very exciting. I'm extraordinarily stoked. I don't do a lot of driving and I'm not very fast, but last race was a lot of fun, and it's cool that I got my first victory. Really exciting.
Definitely congratulations on that. I remember the first like proper race I won was start of this season, the LMP2 championship, which unfortunately died off because of the lack of people participating. But for the race, it was later decided that I was given a penalty. There was a small issue with route penalty, and I got penalty for speeding before the green flag and the I guess formation lap, or how you want to call that, while we were in sector 2, which is bullshit in my opinion, and I did get another penalty for cutting the corner a little bit. I was a little bit cheeky going over the white line, which I think at the end was 8 seconds in total, 5 seconds for speeding, which I did not do, and 3-second penalty for cutting the corner.
Why don't we go on board Charles real quick? It's like he is putting in his last lap here, his last flyer, excuse me.
I say we go on board for this masterpiece. So maybe drivers that are watching the stream, if they're driving, because I know some people watch our stream while driving, can maybe learn from me when popping his lap.
Yeah. You can just see how he handles the car.
So what I was saying, I was joking with my friend before I crossed the line, like, oh, I should slow down so there is not another lap. And by doing that, I slowed down a little bit too much. And my good friend Nick, who was in P2, caught up just enough, then be given P1 at the end because of the penalty. Totally my mistake. But yeah.
Oh, that is going to ruin Charles's lap. The
Yeah.
car in front of him, I think it was
that
River.
Yeah.
I think it was River
Yeah.
who spun. Yeah. Yeah, River spun in front of Charles, ruining his lap. So he will not improve from the 140.06. He was looking for the 139. That's all he's out there for.
But I am
So
happy about the current qualifying result because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is another point for me.
yeah,
because
it doesn't look like. Well, I think Elegance is not on a flyer.
you can see. So Banarski, I don't know if he's done yet or not. Then I don't know if he's gonna get it. I mean, like you said, everything is still possible.
Yeah.
But just by looking at this time delta, I don't think anyone.
Not looking promising.
Maybe Charles, but if the timer is correct, then I don't think it's happening.
No, not this lap. That's for sure. Yeah, they'll probably all be TPing to pits here, teleporting. Yeah, super tight race.
Let's see.
Mr. Propane was just bringing up that we've got 0.03 of a second between Frawley, Nick, and Max. They are crazy fast.
Yeah. But look at
It's
this.
going to be extremely tight. It's going to come down to who doesn't make mistakes, who keeps it clean. We've talked about it before. It is survival of the fittest. It is. You got to be fast, but more than that, you got to be safe and you got to be a little bit lucky, honestly.
Yeah, and consistent, like you said.
Yep.
It doesn't help if you're fast if you spin every 3 corners. So,
Right.
So Banarski hopping up into P7. I think the qualifying is over. So I do believe that's another point for me.
Yes, it will be. I will update the scoreboard here to a big old 3-0. No luck on my side, guys. I'm gonna next time I'm gonna ask the chat and see if somebody in chat is gonna give me a prediction here, something, so I know who's gonna win the qualifying. Because I obviously can't pick. It can't be me. But if you guys are in chat and you have a second to type, why don't you type in your race predictions for tonight's first race, which will be based off the starting grid will be based off our qualifying times, which you see on your screen right now. So, what do you think, Max? You think Charles survives T1 with Froley and Nick right behind him?
We can hop in here and can show the results.
Max says Froley is too fast.
Froley definitely is fast. Nick right behind him. The gap was definitely not big. Like we said, gap was 0.03 of a second. Max a little bit behind still. A little bit. Oh, and Elegance in P5 out of nowhere. He just popped into P5. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes, and hopefully we don't need to restart the race 20 times.
Yeah, that would be rather unfortunate if that was the case, but it has happened before. We just ask that everybody's patient, you know. Let me just get the full screen up here. I want to be able to focus entirely on our race and what's going on. Looks like they're talking about fuel consumption, how much they're going to need for the race. Ollie says 100 liters, and now he's saying 1,200 milliliters, which would make sense as Nick is predicting 12 to 14 for the race. So hopefully they're not underfueling too much because it is unlikely they get a safety car.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to underfuel. We had some, I'm gonna say incidents when people, especially at their home races, whoever I'm talking about knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So he was excited for his home race. Didn't put enough fuel into the car. I think he ran out of fuel 2 corners before the end.
Yeah.
He would have won.
I did that.
So. Oh, you did that as well?
Yeah. Well, it was the last corner. I was in a Assetto Corsa competition race at Zandvoort, and I was I think I was P2 coming around the last corner, the right-hander, and ran out of fuel and just kind of threw it into neutral and just let it roll across the line. I had about 25 seconds to the car behind me, so I was able to keep it, but looks like we're rolling into the last minute and a half of the race here. I'm going to have Skopic take you through the starting grid.
Yep. Okay. So, in first place, we have Charles, like always. And if we want to have more fun race, we're going to start like this. P1, Frolly. P2, Nick. Behind him, Max, then Elegance. Then Bartolero. Then Reese. Then Barnarski, Ollie. I believe that's Chavez, the Canadian fella.
But after Barnarski, we have Gerard.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Chavez. Yeah, Chavez in P14. Bob
So
in
Gerard,
P11. River Gray in P12. Josh in P13. I've said Chavez in P14. Propane, who is, I believe, yeah, he's a safety car for tonight, in P15, and then me and Elgin in 16 and 17. But we don't care about those positions, we care about the start.
Let's go. Why don't we get you teleported to pit so we can see the race start here? We've got 5 lights up.
Yeah, I cannot tip you back to pits yet.
There we go. Here they come down into turn 1. Charles with a good lead. Nobody contesting that lead. He must have got a great start.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of a moment there coming out of the exit of turn 1. Cold tires are a real thing here. Got a 3-wide battle coming back. Looks like maybe Nick, Elegance, and Reese going into the long left-hander. Keeping it clean, though. Oh, getting very close. Oh, they go.
Everyone's
Yep. Looks like a NASCAR race out there.
To my POV, just go on what we I'm not want to miss this fight, but I do want to have control of who I spectate without opening the menu.
Yeah. A lot of good racing, clean racing so far. All right, let's go ahead and jump out of this and see if we can hop on board with some people. Froley just takes P2 away from Elegance. Max dropping down to P4. Nick Chin right on his tail, 0.2 of a second. Oh, into the last corner there. They're still battling 3 wide coming through these tight corners, and looks like they've allowed a Bartolero into the battle here. He's coming up behind Nick.
Yeah, in the slipstream, this car does not have a lot of aero or drag or anything, so it's not that effective, the slipstream.
Oh, lots of lockups. We got a couple of guys going wide here.
Yeah, and I believe Barnard's also going to catch up to them.
Yeah,
So
we got
gonna
5
see-
cars here battling for P4.
Yeah.
They are all over the track, wherever they can find space here.
Yeah, look at this. I just love to see fights like this.
Oh, contact!
More than one, I think.
Oh, that looks like Nick got pushed out wide, and now he's falling. He's still in it, though, keeping his nose in it. These cars are fairly resilient. They can take a little bit of wheel banging, but you don't want to see them bumping each other too much. We don't want damage. We want these cars driving at their peak. But nobody has a 1 second. Oh, there's Elegance.
Oh,
no.
That's really dropping.
Yeah, with how close the order is, it's going to drop him all the way to last.
Almost, yeah. I don't know what happened with Ollie, maybe a second behind. Oh, maybe Elegance waiting for his good friend to have a small battle. Oh, and
yeah, I think he's more.
Elegance has
spun again.
Let's go back and work with people in front to wherever this fighting.
Looks like Reese is going to try to get Bartolero here. He's right on him coming into the penultimate corner here. Can he get the run out of this last turn to get him on the front straight?
Let's see. Get into the slipstream.
They're all lined up. Is he going to have a look down at the T1 here? Yep, there he is. Looking him out. Oh, late on the brakes, gets it slowed down, but he doesn't get the overtake done. Have another chance here. He's gonna lunge. He is, and he gets the switchback. Bartolero going down. He's got the inside, keeping it clean, leaving plenty of space. Neither of these drivers are going to let this position go. Oh, they bang wheels. Bartolero second. And now we've got Gerard, who's pushing. He's going around the left side of Reese. He's looking for that Bartolero position. Meanwhile, Nick Chin just walking away from this group.
Yeah. They were fighting, but just allowed Nick to drive. Maroski is close to Max. Max with a mistake, I believe that's
P3. P3,
yeah.
Reese, who's having another look up the inside. He decides against it, but he is still very much so in this battle. Here he goes around the penultimate corner. Ignore the DRS enabled. These cars do not have DRS, so that is not going to help them. Reese needs every point he can get here for this championship. He is in a very tight battle. He needs to make sure he's super clean and super fast.
Yeah.
Purple second.
In Reese's slipstream, they're going side by side. Reese on the inside. Let's see what can happen. Can Bartolero go with a switchback, maybe? No?
He's going to try, but Reese is going to keep that inside line going into the next corner. Yeah. I believe this brings in Gerard into the fight, too. Is he behind? He's catching back up again, so this may bring him back into that fight.
He's a little bit behind them right now. But doesn't matter. Also, Max and Nick fighting for P4 and P5 right now.
Yeah. Oh, Max off the track. He is pushing the absolute limit of that car. Not that it's too much of a limit. It's very small because it has small tires and no aero. But definitely a battle to keep it on the road for Max. Another battle we've got going on is it Bob Lunsky, who is looking to grab that P9 position from Josh Whitby, two of the newer drivers in this league. Just looking to grab some points, you know.
Yeah, showing some clean racing. That's what we like to know.
A little bit of a lockup. He's going to sacrifice that position to Ollie. Ollie, who we would consider out of position here, is fairly good at the Hungaroring. He's raced it in Formula C. He's done very well.
Outside goes Nick Chin on
Nice overtake there. Absolutely.
Also,
He's going to have to defend, though, going into T1.
He's
Barnarski
on the
will not
inside,
have
but
it.
that does not mean he has the position.
Nope. He's going to have to take that turn a lot slower than Barnarski is going to. Barnarski with a lockup. Is he going to get the exit? He's a little bit faster.
Yeah, definitely a better exit than Nick.
But Nick holding that inside line.
Can he go around the outside?
Ollie up another position, by the way, into P9, looking for more points. Yep. It's tough to be clean through there. Looks like their battling is bringing Max back into the picture. It looks like we're going to have a three-way battle for the podium.
Max, you see from his perspective.
Yeah, watch the battle firsthand here.
Yeah, so you can see what the visibility is like from out of this car.
Oh, a bad exit, a spin, and they're wrecking. They're wrecking. That's going to be a safety car. Oh, with the last lap.
Oh yeah, Max is in the wall, but because this is a final lap, I don't.
Yeah, this is the final lap. Yeah, no safety car then. Make sure he exits.
Max is now the only one that's off track. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that was not something Max wanted to do. And
another unsafe re-entry, and he's got another car wrecking. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, it does seem like Max might see some penalty points for this.
Yeah, I don't. Oh,
the stewards will most likely
spun at the end of the lap. But
yeah, Barnarski is a special case here because he has he's not really in this championship too much. You know, this is more of a secondary thing he likes to do.
Yeah.
He's ready to push on every lap. He doesn't have that fear. Yes, Propane, good Lord is right. That is crazy. What an insane last lap. Lots of incidents. The stewards are going to definitely have a look at this for sure. There's Chavez going around the outside of Bob. He's going to get the position going up to the line. Some good clean racing from those two. Love to see it. Oh, one more lap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Charles, because he's in front, went, and that is a lockup for Chavez. And Bob goes through. Yeah. Meanwhile,
Gerard is
some contact
with
Barnarski. Barnarski, we do not know who hit who. Could it be by Barnarski just going through the corner and not seeing the stopped car?
And now he's got Elegance who's gone through, and Elegance is, I mean, you know how fast Elegance is, so it'll be tough to get through there. Elegance has got he's got his eyes on Gerard here.
Yeah.
Looks like the top 5 are pretty much wrapped up. 6. Elegance.
Contact.
Gerard is spun there in the S's.
There might have been a small contact with Elegance.
Yeah, the drivers know they have to report any incidents to get these looked at by the steward. Very important to keep people honest, keep the racing clean.
Max gonna go for it. Goes on the inside of Barnarski. Almost said, but can he take the position
from Josh? Yeah.
I think he might. Yeah, I think he's fast enough.
What a chaotic race! Yeah. Oh my God!
Let's see, can Bob get this overtake done on Chavez? Probably not. I think it's gonna be a few corners short. So yeah, definitely a chaotic race. Yeah.
I would be very surprised if we don't see penalty points coming out of this race, at least for some of the drivers. Stewards are going to have their handful looking that over. But meanwhile, we turn our sights towards race number 2, and I'll go through, your grid order here based on our finishing positions. So, judging by who has actually finished the race, because that is, if you don't finish the race, you do start last. With 6 laps, we've got Bob Alongside him, we'll start Chavez. We've got Gerard next on the second row. Josh next to him. Then we've got Max and Barnarski, who have battled a little bit in race 1. We'll see some more of that coming up very shortly in race 2. Elegance and Ollie after that, both of which very good in the race. Lots of pace in those guys. Bartolero, who had a great race finishing P5 in race 1. Reese, just outside the podium again. He has shown incredible consistency in this Formula D championship. Good for him. We're really proud of Reese and his driving. Next to him is going to be Nick Chin, who gets a podium. He's feeling great again. He's just moved off to college, so for everybody in chat, wish Nick Chin good luck at college. And then finishing out the race, we had Froley in P2 and Charles in P1. They will start last, but I wouldn't expect to see them there for very long. They are back.
Yeah, wanna have another bet and just I wouldn't go for points because then we would have a separate small championship. But how many laps do you think it's gonna take Charles and Froley to get back onto the podium?
I would say by lap 3, they're in the top 5.
Okay.
By lap 4, they're P1 and P2.
Okay.
Assuming they don't get wrecked. Yeah, it's going to be chaotic first couple laps. First couple laps. We do have to take into account Bob, who is starting on the podium or on P1 pole position, was turning 149.695s, whereas Charles was almost 9 seconds faster.
Yeah, which is just insane. It also shows the difference that there are not just very fast drivers in here. There's also people that are a bit slower, which is, in my opinion, way better. So it's more friendly for beginners, especially if you've never raced before. You can join our league. You should. If you have a set of course, you should join our league.
100%, absolutely. It's a blast. It's the cheapest way to go sim racing with a real rule set, with real, good drivers, respectful drivers, people who want to race with integrity. They want to have something on the line. Championships, points, racing with the same fun guys every week. It's just incredible. So, yeah, definitely join the league if you can.
Yeah.
No Yep race. Forgot about that.
What? Actually, what did you say?
Yep. Yep was one of the drivers last race who was very quick. He's not here this week. Neither is Shorzy.
That is correct, yeah. People are revving their engines like crazy. Hopefully that does not cost them some points later in the race when they
running out of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they're not on the 12 liter fueling. Go bowling, Froley. Don't flash propane. Charles is got opinions and requests here in the server chat. All right. Just about 45 seconds till we get underway here.
Who should we be on board for the start? Who do you think?
I think that we should be on board with Max back in P6.
We can do some TV cam towards.
Yeah, let it play TV cam. We've got a mirror up there. We'll be able to see, the top drivers. We'll be able to see what Max is doing. All right, so.
Just check I am on the back, so because of the issues.
We've got lights up, 5 lights out. Oh man, that's a long wait. No jump starts. That's great on the drivers. Chavez gets a good start. He's looking up the inside, trying to grab that P1 position. That's also Bob in there. We'll see if they can keep it clean. 4 wide going into T1. Oh, geez. Lockups all over the place. It's just a cloud of smoke. Chavez went wide. Oh, a little bit of an unsafe rejoin there. He's back on track. Nobody's injured. Nobody's dead. They're diving everywhere. Jesus. Chaos here. Too wide. Oh, we got a spin in T3.
I believe these some people let me quickly do this.
Yeah, Bartolero with the spin. Josh to follow him. Oh, another spin by Josh there. He needs to get himself back on track. Everyone's dead at T1. It wasn't T1 frontline banana. It was T3. Looks like they're restarting the race here.
Yeah. A small...
That was insane. I cannot believe they went 4 wide into T1 and didn't kill each other. That was incredible.
Yeah.
That like the 8th wonder of the world.
Yeah, it is something to go 4 wide, and it's just another thing to survive going 4 wide in T1. Especially at this track. I mean, sharp corner, hard braking zone, people behind maybe.
Yep, cold tires.
Yeah, someone locking up, and you are a bowling ball.
Yeah.
And
nothing. Not to complicate things, you've got Bob with 103 ping. You've got Max with 130 ping. Like, these guys are not like land connected. If they get too close and they glitch even the slightest bit, you could be looking at catastrophic crashing.
I don't think it's that they are not on their like internet cable. I think it's more that people from Europe, me, Max, some other guys, we do tend to have a bit higher ping. I mean, mine right now is 136, so definitely higher than, for example, Frollis, who probably has the lowest one, since if I'm not mistaken, he's the one with the whole PC that's running these servers at home. So yeah. Okay, and we're about to start the race. A few more seconds.
Right, lights up.
6 red lights. I don't know why it's not 5, but it is what it is. And away we go. Let's see if they can do 4 wide into T1 again.
Yeah, Chavez looking up the inside again. He wants the late break here. They're going to go 2 wide, I think, this time. Maybe a little bit safer. I say that, but they've all got to hit their braking points here. First, there's more. Yep, that's a big crash. Yeah, I know that they're probably going to restart here again, but
they might do a safety car, because I believe, yeah, Propane is out.
Yeah, they're going to restart that. Yeah, Chavez is not going to be happy about that. He was pretty safely in the lead there.
Yeah.
After a great drive from P3. And he did not get to keep that P3. He's going to have to do it
Max
for
also,
a 3rd time here.
Yeah, Max also from P5 or P6? P6 into P2.
We've got Frontline Banana in the chat, but he's not racing tonight.
Could be some technical difficulties, could be just that he...
I think the technical difficulties is he does not like the Hungaroring that much.
That could be one of the reasons he's not racing. We will never know until we ask him.
Yeah. Yep. We definitely don't. He is right though. We don't want a safety car in this. It's already like a 1.5, 2 minute lap, and then you put him behind a safety car. It's 2-3 minutes for a lap, and it's just there's nothing going on because everybody just pits their damage. They get back in the grid. They do a rolling start. So we don't want that at all.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that there was a safety car behind them. I guess he was just doing a lap behind them.
Yep.
Similar to how the medical car does in Formula 1.
Yep. Got to be on the scene when it happens.
Yeah.
Keeping our drivers safe. And we thank Mr. Propane in the is he in the Ford Mustang safety car tonight?
Yeah.
Ford Mustang safety car. All right, so 15 seconds here. We're going to have some lights up. 6 of them apparently.
Yeah.
I guess.
My friend just pointed that out today. I was like, yeah. I mean,
I don't know why there's 6 red lights.
it's not a F1 specific game, but also you can see the actual like physical lights on track. There's also 6 of them, not 5.
Oh, Chavez with another good start, but he's got some competition going up the inside. He's gonna have to keep that clean. No diving down, and hopefully he sees him in his blind spot there. Oh, locks up. Keep it safe. Gotta get through that T1. Wheel banging, you can see him all over the place. They're still alive.
Yeah, they got through T1 pretty cleanly.
Yep, looking through T2. It's even tighter here, and that curve is relentless. It's off camber. Chavez out to a good lead here. He's going to want to extend that as long as he can so that he can get away from everybody else. So Chavez won. Oh, we just had a spin from Elgin.
Yep, let's go. Oh, and I
Oh, chaos. Oh my god. Alright, so Bartolero, Josh, Wim, McGee. Yeah, they're gonna have.
If we can hop on board with propane, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, we are on board
Alright,
with
so
propane.
just to go down the running order because it's changed quite a bit. We've got Elegance up to P2. Chavez takes P1. Gerard in P3. Reese doing what he does best, sitting there right at the edge of the podium. Barnarski right behind him. Charles from last place is in 6th. Trying to make a fool out of me. Nick Chan right behind him. Froley in P8 in hot pursuit of Mr. Charles. Ollie, who Mr. Consistent in these races, always outperforming his qualifying, is P9. He's looking to move up as well. River Gray in P10. That's a great position for him. Hopefully he can hold on to that, keep pushing forward. Mac right behind him. And then Bartolero.
Like propane?
Just a little spin.
He is trying, but I think traction control is not doing him really good right now. I think.
No justice for the Mustang. Honestly, it's probably a good thing. There looks like we have a capacity crowd here at Hungaroring. We don't need anybody getting injured.
Yeah.
So we're on lap 2 now of this 6-lap race, and it looks like we're going to have probably at least 1 lap under safety car. So we will get lap 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be under racing, hopefully.
Yep.
It will be a rolling start, single file. The safety car will...
is going as slow as it possibly can, just to make sure that everyone can catch up, so we do not need to do more than 1 lap on the safety lap.
Right, can't lose it. I mean, it's too expensive, you know. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get under. Yep, going in this lap. That'll be the end of lap 2. So we'll get 3, 4, 5, and 6 hopefully under green running. Exciting, but Chavez had a nice big gap out front there. He is going to be upset that he's not able to keep that. He's a good racer. He's a fast driver. He's fairly consistent, and he battles hard. So with any luck, he'll be able to hold on to that position. Maybe he can pick up a win or even a podium.
Yeah, let's see. You said lap number 3. Charles and Froley are going to be the top 5, and Charles is right outside in P6 at the end of the 2nd lap. So I'm curious. With safety car restart, everything can happen.
Yeah.
When
I mean,
do
you could be.
think Charles and Froley are going to be after the end of sector 2?
I think that you're going to have Charles probably in P3. No, Charles in P3 for sure. Froley P5, I would say, or P6.
Oh,
Propane. The safety car has just got a 5-second speeding penalty. We are under green flag, and it looks like Chavez is getting challenged by Elegance on the outside. They both lock up. Chavez maintains his lead. We've got Reese. Yeah, up to third. Gets the inside line on Gerard. Charles looking for that. He's in P5 now, looking for P4. He's got his eyes up. He is brutally fast. Across the grass there. Okay. All right, Charles into P4. Barnarski to P5. We've got Gerard dropping.
Oh, and I believe Luis.
Nope. Is that Elegance? That is Elegance in the wall. He's dropping out.
Yeah, no, but Luis did have, I think, technical difficulty again with his Wi-Fi that caused.
Oh, he disconnected.
Yeah,
that is unfortunate.
He is back now, but he went through the ground, which caused a big collision with, I don't know exactly.
Elegance. Oh, there he goes again. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's going to be the end of Luis's race tonight.
Charles, P2.
In P2. Yeah, there we go. Just as predicted. Yeah. They're moving. They are fast. Chavez is going to battle this, but I think it's to a fault. I think Charles is just too fast. His battle's not with him. He should try to keep the pace. Try to use Charles, run his line, and try to hold back Barnarski, because he's got good pace, but he needs to survive another 3 laps here, excuse me. Coming to the end of lap 3. Gerard battling back, gets Max. Ollie up to P6 is got his sights set on Froley, who is right on Nick Chinsdale. So we're going to have a 3-way battle here for P4. Very exciting. Nick Chin actually doing race number 2, which is thrilling. He did say that he was going to have a floor meeting at his door, but it wasn't. Nick up into P3 here. And battling back. They're going to go too wide into T2. It's going to get tight. They save some space. Looks like Nick gets the better exit. He's going to have the inside line going into T4. Rowley is taking advantage of this battling, and he's going to be looking to get up past Nick here quickly. He wants to see Chavez. He said Chavez is doing everything he can. Just keep the gap, keep pushing. You want to make it as hard as you can for them to catch you. Froley up the inside here. Nick's going to fight that. He'll have the inside line going to the next corner. It's going to get tight here. Froley looking up the inside again.
Oh, and I believe
with a hard right-hander.
An incident with Elegance is in the pits.
Yeah, looks like it was a bad one. He was having a bad time after that incident with
Ollie dive bombing on
Barnarski. Max? But Barnarski getting it back. Ollie still in this fight. 4-way battle here. We've got a lot of action in this race. Chavez doing what I said. He is just putting the gap out there, trying to make sure he can maintain. Nick Chin almost acting like a de facto teammate, holding Froley up, because Froley does have the pace. But Nick is battling, and honestly, Froley's helping out Chavez. Froley gets the position. Nick gonna dive up the inside here. Keep it clean. Oh, he doesn't have the brakes. Froley maintains the position, has the inside line coming into the next corner. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We've got Max looking on the...
And I believe that is a spin from
Barnarski. Yep. Hopefully he can get back on the track. Max just overtook Gerard, and that gives Max P6.
Is in the wall.
Yeah, he made contact. Who was that?
I believe that was Barnarski, but without any effect in his car.
Okay, so
chasing down Froley.
So we are on. Yeah, we are on lap 5. Yeah, we are on lap 5 here. Charles coming across the line shortly. P1, 7 seconds to Chavez, who is just trying to hold on that 1.3 second lead for Froley to maintain P2. This is going to be the last lap.
Going on here between Bartolero and Josh.
For those of you counting, Charles just matched his qualifying time on the medium tire at the end of a 5-lap race. Just in case anyone's keeping track.
Ollie side by side with Nick.
Looking up the outside. Getting a good exit. He'll have the inside line going to the next corner, but he's going to want to nose ahead so he can get a good exit here. Nick diving in late. He's going to have a tough time coming out of that corner, but if he can hold it, he'll have the inside line and then the next turn.
I believe Ollie got the decision here. I don't think Nick's gonna risk it.
I'd hazard to guess that it's not over yet, but it does look like Ollie is in the position for now. And that's a spin from Nick. That is gotta be frustrating. All that fighting, surviving on
Like
the last lap.
Like I said before, we started the actual racing. I said that turn 5 to the curve.
Yeah.
And even if you don't hit the curve, it's just one of the worst corners, in my opinion, for a lot of drivers. So
Yeah. Let's jump on board with Froley because we've got a tight battle. He's looking to get up past Chavez here. Barnarski 3 seconds for cutting. We're going in the last couple of corners here. Froley on the outside, looking to get a better exit. He spins! Chavez is going to keep the position and take his first podium in FD. That's going to be P2 for Chavez and a podium for Ollie.
Question now. No, I think he's too far back. Yeah. So our
Incredible race. Drag race to the finish line there with Max and Barnarski. But Barnarski with a couple of penalties. And they're crashing at the end of T1. Wow.
I don't know if I saw that correctly, but I do believe there's some sort of... Looks like... Oh, there are cars flying.
Yeah. A great race. Exciting races here. FD is always exciting. It's just chaos. It's two sprint races. He is in the Armco barrier there.
Yeah. Oh. Never thought I would see the safety car is damaged. Yeah, it looks like...
Well, they're just trying to do the world a favor and keep any cross from getting it. That's good that it's damaged. Let's make sure it can't hurt anybody. Why don't we grab some drivers here for a little post-race interview? I believe we wanted to grab Mr. Elegance, who ended up finishing...
I believe he finished. Let's see the results. Okay, he is not on the list anymore because he did disconnect, so we'll have to look into that. In the meantime, I'm gonna get him in here so we can have a small conversation.
Yeah, the results are not up yet, so I will have to wait on my end for that to pull up all the timings and everything for this race. But it is all wrapped up. First race results. Okay, first race results are in. Elegance had a P7. Finished all 6 of his race. Ran the medium tire the whole time. 0 collisions. A good race for Elegance.
Okay, so I'm gonna now. I believe. Should we grab Elegance right now because he's currently chatting with Froley and Reese about something. I think some contact.
We can do another driver if you're
we can get Propane in and ask what is this bullying at the end of the race.
Yeah, how about that?
Hello.
Hello, how goes it, gentlemen?
Hey, Propane, how you doing today?
Well, other than having a broken right hand, I could be doing a lot better, but you know, what a race.
Crazy.
I am astonished at the first race, the first half of it. where they all decided to wait until the last lap to just cause ultimate fucking mayhem. I mean, I had never seen something so chaotic in my life, and all I could do was sit here and just watch.
Yeah, you kind of want to be a part of it, you know? Don't you feel like you kind of missing out on the chaos?
I get out there and get into the chaos at the end of like every race when they're all out there hitting each other and doing donuts. So like, it helps me get that fulfillment that I need out of it for the most part. But I do miss it. I'm definitely gonna miss a lot of it with this broken hand because I think all I'm gonna be able to do is safety car from this point forward.
We're sorry to hear that, obviously.
Hey, but I'm glad to contribute.
Well, we love having you as a safety car, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks like
I'm
Charles
glad that
is
you
pretty
guys
much...
are doing this stuff.
Thank you, absolutely. Looks like Charles has pretty much wrapped up the championship after that race. Only 100 points left on the line, and he takes both the victories and fastest laps. So that's all settled there. Froley extending his lead, and then a tight
And
battle.
he threw it away at the end there. He just gave it to Chavez. Did you see that?
Yeah, Chavez not being
Absolutely.
a points competitor here, I can see why it's not like he was pushing, just to get the P2 and have the tight racing. But
Oh hell yeah. I'd be doing the same
he
thing.
lost positions. He lost positions past that too, which just confused me as to why push it that far. But he was probably having a blast. I can tell you that.
Oh, he was. He absolutely was. Seemed like everybody was for the most part. Surprisingly, with as much accidents that were going on, but I think the amount of restarts that occurred on the second race definitely made up for any amount of saltiness or upsetness that would have came from the first one.
For sure. We do have to give it to Chavez. Chavez had a terrible outing in the first. Well, last week he had a pretty tough outing. Then this week, race 1 finishes 12th, and then gets an amazing start. 3 starts in a row.
Yeah.
He absolutely nails and takes P1 off the first turn. We got to give it to him for that. I mean,
that right there, that's where consistency pays off.
Yeah, and then drove it right to his first podium in this series. Good for him. We're really happy to see that from Chavez.
That's really good. I was just surprised I even got out there as safety car for that one time that they needed it. So that was nice.
Yeah, a little highlight for the day.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I definitely, jumped the gun a little early, and so I had to kind of meander my way out there, and I was like, I could go back to pits, but a part of me, it just doesn't feel right. It
We
takes away
really
from the
wanted to see you
immersion.
do some donuts there.
Oh,
we
the
saw you
thing
down
was, is I got into that corner, and I realized, I left the car in auto shift because, I can't really use both hands.
Oh, man.
Then I got down the straight, and I'm like, you know what? It's taking them long enough. I think I could turn it off, put it down the first, and do some donuts. Then by the time I looked in my mirror, they were all there.
They were already there.
It kind of looked like you just forgot to turn off traction control and the car just didn't want to spin for a sec.
It was fun to do that a lot. This is actually, it's pretty new to me compared to the Aston Martin, That thing is like meant to like, no matter how bad of a driver you are, that car, you can't go wrong. So once I hopped on the Mustang, I realized, oh yeah, that safety feature is not really here, is it?
No, that's a full-blown
It was a
race
true
car.
Mustang. It was a true Mustang, let me tell you.
We had a good comment during the race that we had a capacity crowd here at the Hungaroring, and that it was good that you weren't able to just drive around freely because there are people's lives at stake.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Don't want to be doing that.
So, highlights for the race here. Big movers in race 1. Elgin takes 3 positions from where he started. Chavez 2. Josh Whidbey, which I think is his first or second race here, picks up 3 positions, along with Ollie and Reese. Great races from those guys. Max and Elegance having tougher races. Max lost 5 positions in race 1, which, it's just
I think
unfortunate.
he was involved in that whole mayhem at the beginning of the race, right? T1.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and he was pretty much battling back right from the get-go.
Yeah.
So that is, you hate to see that from him.
I really did. I hated to see it. I was watching it from the live timings. It was like Ali and 3 others behind him just struggling to make their way back after that T1 shenanigans,
Yeah.
I did
Hard
also
to
see that there were some like pretty unsafe rejoins.
Yeah,
from some
the
of the
stewards are
drivers.
going to be Stewart's gonna be
Like
all over this
rejoining,
race.
getting punted because people are racing, rejoining again, getting punted again. So yeah, it was like playing ping pong at some point. So
Yeah,
Stewart should
definitely at the end of
definitely look into
that.
that.
At the end of that second race, there was a lot of that occurring, and of course, it was on like the last lap before the final, so they were
Yeah.
all like, "Yep, can't call it now."
Yeah, for sure. Jumping over to results for race 2. We all saw Charles with his Lewis Hamilton-esque drive from last position all the way to first. Another great run
Get
for
in there.
him. Yeah, get in there, Charles. He's gonna hate that. Froley, another good run, up 9 positions from his starting position. Loses out to Ollie in that last corner spin. He's going to be kicking himself a little bit for that because I believe only like 10 points between the two of them in the championship,
I
and so
think
Ollie.
it might have been Reese and
Oh, Reese and Ollie. I'm sorry.
Reese and
Froley still comes out on top as far as the 2 races. He's 30 points to 23 points, but Ollie a great outing tonight. Yeah, Arnarski up 1 position, Bartolero up 3. River Gray up 5 positions in the last race. Finishes P10, a good points haul for him. Exciting to see this many drivers, especially this late in the season.
Yep.
Usually you see them dropping off a little bit. We've got a packed
Yep, I
house for
agree.
this race here. It's exciting.
I was just as shocked too. I was actually shocked that I was able to make it in for safety car because I didn't hear much on whether or not there was going to be one around, and they're not entirely necessary for these races, so
Right.
it's good to give it to them when they need it.
Yeah, it was really good that you could be here. It gives us something to talk about, how you're protecting the lives of our precious drivers, and
Doing my best,
you
as
know,
long as we're not at
we
Spa, on a rainy day.
exactly.
Gotta stay away from that.
Yeah.
We'll
So
do better
only
than those officials do. You feel me?
absolutely. Only 3 drivers tonight failing to pick up points here. Mr. Gerard, Elgin, and Bob. Although they did run pretty good races, they got some great wheel-to-wheel action, and for the most part, I didn't see any unsafeness from them. You know, a couple of them had some spins, but doing just fine. And then, like I said, River picking up his first point here in P12. So
Yeah, good for him.
absolutely,
We'd
a
like to see
great
that.
race.
I would agree. It was a fantastic race.
Yep.
Packed full of action, especially for these cars. Don't never really expect that, but
Yeah.
they were bobbing and weaving. They were all over the place, especially all over each other at some point.
Yeah.
For battle constantly.
Also, of course, at the end, some cars flying over the barrier, going through the barrier, going through the map.
Pretty comical stuff there.
Yeah, and your car being completely destroyed.
Yeah, I did not anticipate that. Those carts had that strength to put the Mustang in its place, but there I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything more, Charles Sport?
I'm actually going to leave you to say the goodbyes here. I'm going to jump over into the chat, and I'm going to see if I can get our podium winner, Chavez, to have a chat with us.
Okay. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna grab Elegance and just speak with him for a sec. So.
I hope he's good at convincing these guys to hop in here.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Do you mind asking me asking what happened with your arm?
I am but a human, and I had let my emotions get the best of me. So, didn't think I'd have enough anger in me to break bones, but I did.
Fair enough.
Lesson learned, don't try to punch windows out.
Okay. I'll take your advice.
But yeah, I get to see the plastic surgeon tomorrow. They'll tell me how bad it is, so a very embarrassing and humbling experience, to say the least.
Well,
but nothing but humility for it. That's what I'm about here.
Hopefully, we see you driving in your full glory as soon as possible.
In a few weeks, yep. Till then, safety car.
Yeah.
All right. So I did talk to Mr. Chavez. He did politely decline for interview at this time. He was very excited about his finish, though, and he wanted me to let you guys know that he was thrilled about his drive. He thought it was, he was very
As he should
pleased
be,
with
absolutely.
himself. So I think, Sco, do you want to grab Elegance, or
Yeah.
or do you want to just call it here?
I think we could get Elegance in. Maybe Froley as well to just ask what was that little spin about at the end. But I
Yeah.
think that's all.
Do you think they'll be truthful about it?
No,
We'll
no,
see.
God,
Okay,
no.
That's what I figured.
He's
I
gonna
didn't
lie
think
through
they
his
would.
tooth.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, thank you.
His tooth. He only
Propane.
has one. What was that scope again?
I just want to say thank you for letting us know how it feels to be the safety car in this wonderful league.
Yes,
And I'm
absolutely. It's
gonna
always
give
my
you,
pleasure.
I'm gonna give
Always my pleasure.
you 5 seconds to make a speech to convince people to join the league. Okay. let's
All
go.
right. 5 seconds. That's quite a bit, but I can do that. So, anyways, this league we actually accept. We're accepting of all people. Doesn't matter your skill level. Mine is the worst that anyone's ever seen. Guess what? I'm allowed to be safety car. So hey, your dreams can come true here. I tell you. But
Okay.
also because of the I would say amount of increase that we've had in community outreach, especially the stream that you guys have set up, is fucking beautiful. I cannot tell you how much when I used to stream for them, and I've thought about seeing this kind of stuff. Like the production that you have put up, Scofik, is fucking amazing. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, thank you, but I couldn't do it without my lovely commentator, Child Sport. I'm managing more the whole broadcast stuff.
Yeah, and you're
Stream.
doing it phenomenally. And child
Uh,
support, your commentary is
yeah.
A1, 10 out of 10, buddy.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm
Thank you,
watching, I
Scofik.
can't stop watching.
Yeah.
So keep it up, guys.
He's
Honestly.
always-
Scopic's biggest job is to keep, get me to shut up.
But
Yeah.
anyways, thank you guys. Anytime you need someone else in here, I'm more than free to join. I'm always glad to
Okay.
do it.
Appreciate that, Propane.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you next race. Or
Until next time. Love
Yeah.
you.
see ya. Okay, so what do we say? We just grab both Froley.
Yeah, let's do it
and-
at the same time. Let's let them talk it out.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
we've got the teammates.
Yes.
His DRS and his ERS.
Yeah.
Oh no, is George even here?
We
might
do
have-
not know.
Of the garage for a moment.
Well,
Well-
he's here in the chat. Whether he's at his microphone is a totally different story. So,
But yeah, we can ask
Froley.
you some questions.
Yeah, what's up?
walk me through race 2,
Mm.
penultimate lap, or
Mm.
three, final lap,
Mm-hmm.
second to last corner.
Mm-hmm. What about it?
What's going through your head there?
Well, you see, in race 1, I made a move there on someone on the inside. And I went down a gear, an extra gear, and it worked out okay. But it turns out, if you touch the inside curb while doing that, it turns out very not okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
I touched the inside curb and just lost it a little bit on the wall, trying to chase Chavez down.
It was a very exciting battle. We were hoping you were gonna, be side by side, drag racing to the line, but
Okay, almost.
Chavez with a big race there. His first podium, and he takes home P2. A great race from him. A little bit of trouble getting past. I don't want to call it. They're not back markers, but coming from the last row of the field, it looked like you lost some time there. Charles made his way through that traffic a little bit faster than you did. Do you think the traffic really kept you out of that P2 fight?
I think I generally try to be a little bit safer going through any amounts of traffic.
Probably a safe bet. considering
Yeah, just
speed race.
just keep it clean, just make it through safely and then make sure I don't cause any accidents, because if an accident happens, it's pretty much race over in these short races.
For sure. Still a successful race for you, though. I don't know if you've checked the points haul for tonight, but it looks like you came out with the second highest points haul. Anyway, with 30, keeping a 7-point lead over Ollie in P3 for tonight. So definitely a fine afternoon or evening for you, regardless.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anything more you wanna tell us about the race? Just
No, just want to thank all the drivers for coming out, and whoever's watching the stream for watching. And yeah, it was a fun race, and hopefully we go to the season finale next week.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And just
We may have to thank or congratulate Charles this week, though. Just a heads up.
Yeah, that tends to be the case, but at least we made it to like 9 out of 10 races, so
Yeah, not bad, right?
that's pretty
Yeah.
okay.
and we'll give you a small challenge here, Frolly.
Mm-hmm.
You have, let's say, 10 seconds
Mm-hmm.
to convince our viewers to join the league. Let's go. Your timer starts now.
We are Sunset Racing League. Our motto is it's a league by the drivers for the drivers. Come join us. It's a relaxed, chill atmosphere. It's not terribly serious, but we do have a little bit of everything for everybody. We do open wheel, we do road, we do NASCAR, and then we have also some different licenses. So if you do want something a little bit more serious, we have things like Class D, Class C, Class B, and Class A licenses. So yeah, come join us for some fun. We run 4 nights a week, usually Eastern Standard Time, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, come join us.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome.
Of course.
Propane says he is bitten.
I am what?
That's that's how the kids say you're speaking facts.
Or gotcha.
preaching.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately, not a kid anymore.
Well, kid or not, we really thank you for coming in, Froley. Frontline Banana
Absolutely.
says no cap, for real, for real.
He's a boomer too.
Yes, he is.
But thank you, gentlemen, for the stream and commentating as always.
Absolutely. We'll see you next
Welcome.
week.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Yep.
All right. So I'm not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel for Mr. Elegance coming back. So we're just going to go
Yeah.
ahead and cancel his interview. We will see you guys next week for the season finale of Formula D at the Yas Marina South Circuit in the UAE. We've got 20 minutes for practice, 12-minute quali, 6 and 6, just like tonight. Reverse grid for the second race. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys there. Don't forget to catch the Formula C action on Thursday. We're going to start that stream right around 8:30, and we're going to go through 10:30. And I believe, if you hold on one second, I'll let you know where they're racing. They are going to be at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. So definitely check that out. Make sure you join us for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Propane says yes.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, join us the next race, and hopefully we can get the monetization for Twitch as well. That
Oh
would
yeah, don't
definitely
forget to
help.
follow, and if I don't know if you can sub yet. Nope, just follow. Make sure you follow. Let all your friends know to follow.
Yeah.
Let's grow this community a little bit.
Yeah, even if you don't like racing, maybe you like us as people. I don't know.
That's right. We are pretty cool. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree. Some more than others, but generally speaking, yeah, just follow us. Doesn't matter if you like racing or not. If you don't like racing, I don't know what's wrong with you, but yeah, you can still follow us.
You can even just follow us just to spread disinformation about Charles in the chat.
What is the
Evan.
information?
Evans Esports, I see you. Charles, hater. He's fast. It's understandable. All right. I think that's about it for tonight.
Yeah.
Skovic, thank you for joining. As
Thank you.
always, it's been a blast. We will see you guys in a few days. Have a good night.
Have a great one.